Welcome to Falling Brick Studios. I hope you are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be on this beautiful marble we call home. Today I wish to introduce to you my first MOC, or per se my first MOC for this channel. So far all you have seen is stop motion content following a Star Wars science fiction Warhammer-esque vibe. I have decided to stray from that and instead delve into medieval fantasy, with maybe still a splash of science fiction thrown in. Present on this field are two sides, two factions, two kingdoms on a world in an expanse of space known as the Meridian Expanse. Redundant sentence, apologies. I'm still naming names and doing my world building, but I figured I'd build a MOC to sort of kickstart things, per se. On this side, we have two buildings, an enclosed structure, a shack of sorts, and then a pen with an outer wall. Apologies for my camera quality. I am working with a phone, so. Here, and this is the cause of the entire battle present, are the king of this kingdom's pet dire wolves. They were captured because of their high value by this kingdom, and they were already at high tensions, so it turned into a battle. Now this is only a small section of the front, and this is what they were looking for. Now the reason this is such a desperate attack is not just for those two wolves, but also because if we were to expand off of the MOC this way and this way, the defenses this way and this way are too dense. This is the only choke point through on this side of the kingdom over here, per se. So both sides are throwing a significant amount of force into the conflict. Now, over here, we have only one structure with a ballista, and then a cannon. Moving into the details of the MOC. Moving into the lower details of the MOC, we find ourselves looking at the backside of these buildings. I left this open for stop-motion film purposes, because that is what I'm going to be reusing this for. But back here we have sort of the enemy master-at-arms, who also happens to be an elf. A mercenary, per se, hired by the kingdom. And then just another soldier. Just another foot soldier. They have weapons stored back here, ranging from a pair of axes to two golden katanas, sitting inside of racks that I made just with the simple 1x2 flat plate with the round piece on them. The more technical experts in LEGO can give you the exact name. I have made a couple of windows that they kind of sort of makeshift made. This is the only original window from the building left because of the ongoing conflict. Now, this gate, it opens to let them free, or to put them in there. Moving into the middle section of the MOC with the battle. Now, starting from the side over here, per se, where the ballista and the other main two structures are. In the ongoing conflict in the fray of the conflict, we have the prince of the kingdom himself, bearing the kingdom's insignia of a black eagle, black falcon, or if you want to throw a Warhammer reference out there like I will, a black Aquila. Not double-headed, of course. That, of course, belongs to the copyrighted parties. Carrying on. He is actively dropping this guy, a mercenary hired by the other kingdom. Would have the elite heavy knights are moving in behind because of the amount of fighting going on here, and this guy's moving in, a mercenary knight. This guy and this guy, both actual soldiers of their respective kingdoms, or he's part of a group called, what am I going to call them? I don't know what I'm going to call their sort of order of warriors that serve the kingdom just yet, but these two are sort of more heavy infantry. He just kind of happens to have a little bit of a title that comes with it. Another knight of the kingdom engaging another mercenary. And now, to flip the MOC around to continue showing you more detail. Now this is more so the open field part of the MOC where most of the other half of the action is happening. Now, I'm going to lower my camera slightly, my camera, or my phone, same difference, to give you a better shot. Now, we have an archer sitting here. He's trying to find a good shot to take. He can't really find one because there's too many friendlies in the way. It's video game terminology, but it's just to make it easy to understand. We have a man operating the cannon back here. Now, if we pull ourselves a little closer to here, we see one of these soldiers has already died. He was attacked by him. He is actively dealing with him. This is sort of our main character for this series. I'm not going to spoil any of the lore that I've established yet for him, but I hope it turns out alright. A basic infantry pikeman dealing with other basic infantry. This kingdom tends to use a lot more magic in their basic ranks. They're more open to it than the other kingdom. However, the other kingdom simply just doesn't use magic in their ranks. This kingdom doesn't really use magic in their ranks because, well, it kinda sorta is difficult to train consistently because of how everybody works their magic. That's why this side looks a lot more diverse than this side, is because they have to account for all of that. Which is why also there's a lot less tactical organization and strategic organization on this side, but they have better numbers, generally speaking. Now, moving on from there, actually, let me explain some of the parts I've used. So, I ordered a Black Eagle or Black Falcon Knight at one point, obviously being him. And I took the shoulder pads off it and I gave it to an old Rohirrim Knight from a Lord of the Rings set. I don't remember the exact character name. Currently, the head on there is Elrond, believe it or not. But, looks good. I used some Star Wars pieces, some Ninjago, actual castle pieces, Nexo Knights. You all saw the Lego Minecraft wooden axe. Some of these are vintage pieces. Some of them are much older. This is the sword from the Black Falcon Knight. And I just gave the actual Black Falcon Knight silver Chima chestplate with the more paw shoulders than the wing shoulders, if that makes sense. The shoulder pads. Star Wars. Ninjago, Lord of the Rings, Ninjago. This I glued on here at one point. I like how that came out. That guy's trying to hide from the ballista. Speaking of, it is time to show you the ballista. Moving further into our MOC, we finally have our last details. We have sort of a structure occupied by the kingdom trying to reclaim the dire wolves. We have a operating ballista. It doesn't really launch it per se, but it's fully articulated. so it can actually be used for stop motion purposes or play purposes. It's not going to launch it like a flick fire missile or a stud launcher, but yeah. We have the wizard, who's actually the one operating that, so he's become mobile artillery of sorts. Then there's the kingdom's current master at arms, keeping track of the battle on the map. Yeah, I use the Lord of the Rings map. I'm gonna create a custom map of the lands, then get it either painted or printed onto a brick at some point. He has his saber, but he also has an axe on standby, and then there's just kind of a tool there to help repair anything minor with the ballista, so this way the wizard doesn't have to expend as much energy on it if he has to fix it. And it's just some food. I don't know, you're behind cover, you might want a snack. But that is all, folks. I hope you enjoyed my build. I hope you enjoyed the details. And if you have any ideas for what I could do for the Meridian Expanse and the series I'm going to create surrounding it, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and if you want to, please share the video. Have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night. Farewell.